Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Joseph Asukwo. If you have been following us, we have been having this series on why is Go fast and how Go works under the hood, right? And then we have previously spoken about WaitGroup, Mutex, right? So now we're going to talk about WaitGroup a little bit more. By WaitGroup, this is what I mean. So if we're not following, you can check out my previous videos. So we're going to talk about WaitGroup a little bit more and how to write it better, because if you're running the newer versions of Go, by newer versions I mean Go 1.23 and above, you have access to a package which you can use to refactor this code better. What does it do? It gives you clean code, because Go is an advocate of clean coding. Go is an advocate of clean code, and would love you to write as minimum code as minimum code as possible, fewer lines as possible, and we need to try and understand that line. So that's what golang tries to do whenever they are bringing out new versions and new improvements. So let's get to it. So before we start, let's first of all check out our version, Go version. As you can see, I'm using Go 1.23, so that is so I'm good to go. So and also, like I said, it is an external package, and the only way for you to import external packages into your code base is by using a Go mod file. In case you don't know what a Go mod file is, I've talked about Go mod file in one of my previous videos. You can check it out, and if you can't check it out, message me directly, and I'm sure to break it down for you, right? So let's start with Go mod init, and we are going to call it Go learning. So yeah, so we have our Go mod file here. That being said, let's refactor this code and try to refactor this code without using sync.WaitGroup. So we're going to go with func new ways of calling WaitGroup, right? So let's do that. As usual, we're going to have our counter. Our counter is equals to 0, and then what we're going to do, and we're still going to use our mutex for here, our mutex for this. If you don't know what mutex does, please, you can, my previous video I spoke about mutex. I talked about how it helps and how it helps prevent errors. There's something called race conditions, please, you can check that out, and I broke it down. It's easier. So now, as you can see, we're not, like I said, we are not using WaitGroup. We're going to be grouping errors together, right? So we're going to have errors, we're going to have errors.group, and then we are going to look for group. Yeah, this is it. So we're going to have this, we have access to this external package, which is what is called, but you can see there's an error here. That's because we haven't downloaded all its dependencies. So we can go ahead and do that. Just do go mod tidy to download all its dependencies and wait for it to finish downloading. It's done downloading. As you can see, no more error there. So yeah, let's go back to our code. So all we do here is, like I said, we are just trying to refactor this better to look to some more simple, easier to understand, and of course we're trying to get rid of WG.Add, WG.Done. You know, you keep doing that for all your codes, for all your Go routines and all your code base. You might just have some codes that you don't want lying around there. So let's just see if we can refactor that. So we can do for I equals to 0. We're just refactoring our previous code base. There's nothing here. If you don't understand this, maybe you can go back to our previous implementation and try to understand why we are doing this. So we're just ranging through. So like I said, now we have access to this, so we can easily do g.go, right? And then we call it our func here. So now we are going to write this our func here. As you can see, we are grouping this into errors, and I'll show you how to treat these errors, right? We are grouping any error we are getting here into this error group here. So now we are just, what we are going to do, we are just going to lock our resource. If you don't know what that means, please refer to my previous video which I talked about mutex and how you can use it to prevent the errors that comes with running Go in Go routine, right? So now we are going to just increment counter, and then we are going to unlock it for other Go routines to have access to it. So, and then after that we're just going to return nil. So basically it's going to group all the errors. If there's any error, it's going to return errors. If there's no error, it's going to return nil. That's what this piece of code here is doing. But don't worry, no worries. I have a video coming up on how to treat errors and how to handle errors. This is just, consider this just a preamble, right? So what we want to do is that I would love to keep track of what is happening, so that we can, as usual, we are just going to print our, let's just print our counter here. Let's just print our counter here, right? Just to see what is going on. Let's just print our counter here just to see what is going on, right? And then thereafter, as usual, we wait wg. Sorry, I say wg because I'm used to wg here. We're going to do g.wait. So we're going to do g.wait, and basically that's all. I know since we are doing preamble to errors here, in my previous videos we did not handle the wait error, so we are going to try and handle the wait error here. If we were to handle errors, this is what you do. If error is not equals to nil, you do something pertaining to the error here. But like I said, we are going to handle error in a separate video. Just understand WaitGroup, Mutex, and how to use error group to run your goroutines. So now let's just do fmt. For now, we're just going to do fmt.print error if there's any error. So that being said, we return the error here. Yeah, so that being said, let us go and call this our code base. This is our code in our main. So we're going to call new calling. Yeah, so yeah, let's clear this so we can see what is happening. Go run main.go. As you can see, it's calling, it's going incrementally, and then we have our 1000 here. So as you can see, it's the same thing. It's safe. We don't have race condition. Like if you don't know what race condition is, check my previous video on what that is. It's safe. We don't have race condition, and it is to some. It might not be to you, but to some, this is cleaner than having to write wg.wait, wg.add, wg.done in every time you're trying to run a wait group or in goroutine. Thank you. I hope that was insightful. Please subscribe, like, and share, and turn on your notification for more videos. You can write to me, reach out to me on what you prefer to learn. Thank you very much.